What's up, everybody? Jubegel the Tomato here. I look like a tomato today. No, I look white today. I thought I looked like a tomato. Was it back here? I don't know. The lighting, I looked like a tomato 5 seconds ago. Anyway, today we're going to talk about the Beast Monks. Oh, the Beast Monks. Love these monsters. I have some of my alt. I have 3 Kumar on my alt. I have none of the other one on any account. But still better than nothing. That was one of my first ones on my Asia account, like 2 years ago, I guess. And amazing. Love him so much. Before we get into that though, Jubegel, you gotta do with some other nonsense. Guys, I know a lot of you are always like, oh, Jubegel, can you tell me how to ruin this? Can you tell me how to ruin that? Guys, check, I have a playlist. It's called How to Rune. You can go look, and there's timestamps in the videos too. So you can see, like, you're like, oh, I only care about my occult girl. Well, you can just check out only your occult girl. Check out the How to Rune playlist. It's thunderstorming. Hopefully that doesn't mess anything up. But we got a lot of different How to Rune, not a lot of them, but we got How to Rune videos for these monsters. So check them out. We got to do a lot more, but we do have some done already. So if you're interested, oh my god. Let's talk about the Beast Monks though. I actually think this is gonna be maybe a quicker one because I hope so, because we got the thunderstorm, right guys, the thunderstorm. Anyway, let's check out the first skill. The first skills, these guys are all different. He does dots with his first skill. They all buff their speed when they get a critical hit. All buff their speed. But this one is going to do dots, continuous damage, 50% chance, all proportionate to their max HP, right? Recovers 40% of the max HP through meditation. This skill will heal the ally with the lowest HP ratio instead if your HP is more than 50%, right? And then we have Trick of Fire attacks all enemies with a spell that summons the power of fire. The attack has a 75% chance to disturb target's HP recovery. Portion to max HP. Max HP, max HP, max HP. Beautiful! See what happens when everything works together. This is one of the reasons that, and look at the max HP, 13,000 base HP. Great. Everything works together, and the stat that it's based on is pretty high. Awesome. Actually, very high, very high. Not pretty high, very high. One of the higher ones in the game. So it's wonderful that they all work together. Fantastic. So this one does dots. This one is going to do a stun, 30% chance. This one's going to do a provoke. This one's going to do defense break. This one's going to do a brand. Alright, I don't know if I went through all those. Too fast and too furious. This guy, okay, so everything's based on max HP. This guy, I usually see him ruined one of two ways. He used to be ruined like HP, crit damage, HP. Now I see him either ruined speed, HP, or, and they're very, like all these guys are very similar. We have the ones that meditate, which are usually considered the better ones compared to the ones that use the hug skill. Or defend, it used to be called hug. So this one's got defend, this one's got defend. Base speed is not that great, but the base defense is good. But the base HP is really good, 13,000, 13,000, 13,000. This one's got 11,000. I don't understand why they decided to nerf Shazam. They're like, Shazam, it's a light one. It's a light. Can you please? I feel like he needs 13,000 base HP. I don't see why he gets shafted. Like, he doesn't have an amazing leader skill, and this is a glancing hit, right? Tyrant does that skill too. So why is he's kind of? I wish his base HP was more, and his leader skill is not. You know, I'm not like, ooh yay accuracy. I'm like, give me speed, give me for dungeons, give me speed, give me crit rate, give me attack power, for dungeons. This one's got attack power, amazing. And this one's got beneficial effect block. So we have, what do we have here? We have disturb HP recovery. We have slow, which is actually, I like the slow. I think that's a good one. Defense break, the glancing hit, and the beneficial effect block. There's actually the interesting thing about Rahul is that he's got the brand skill one. Not a lot of monsters do brand. And then we have the blocks beneficial effects. Not a lot of monsters do that either. But anyway, back on topic. HP, right? So I see a lot of people. It used to be like HP crit damage. HP was the most common build for him. Now we're seeing a lot of people do speed HP or HP in the high level builds. People like to get him up to 45,000 to 50,000. That's the goal. That's the dream. 45,000 to 50,000 HP before towers. Before towers, before leader skills. Yes. 45,000 to 50. And try to get around 200 speed is the dream. Not too worried. A lot of people not too worried about defense on these guys. Since everything's scaled based on HP, they want to just go as much HP as possible. And then try to get as much speed subs. So either speed with a big chunky HP sub for slot 2, and then HP, or HP with a big speed sub for slot 2, and then HP, but you gotta make up for a little bit more speed as far as that in the subs. But that's the dream Beast Monk like Dream Beast Monk runes are HP, like 45 to 50,000 HP before totems and leader skills. And 200 speed. That's the dream. That's the dream. So we've got this. I like this critical rate leader skill too. I used to not like the crit rate leader skill because I'm like, I would rather have attack power. But I'm like, crit rate leader skills just makes it more reliable. Makes the dungeon runs more reliable. All right. So ultimately, actually, let's talk about. Oh my god, what are you doing? What are you doing? Let's see, actually, let's go to where use first. Where to use? Farming. Great farming. Giants, oh my god. Giants, he's good at Giants, but he's got element disadvantage. At least he's got dots too. He's got a heal. He's a tanky fire monster. He can take a hit or two. Dragons, he's got the leader skill. I think meh for dragons. Necropolis, no. It's just nothing multi-hit. No slows. This is for Kumar. There we go. Fixed it. Elemental dungeons. He's good for these. He's got an AoE, so he's good for secret dungeons. 3-team raids. He does have, they're not going to do dots, but he does at least have a, he's got a heal and he's got a, somewhere around here probably. He's got a disturb HP recovery too. Elemental Rift Beasts. I think he'd be good for the Elemental Rift Beasts, some of them. I think maybe the Fire one. Maybe, man. I don't see too many people running him for the Rift Beasts though. I see them using other stuff. So not my first choice. Like if you have him, you might want to use him, but like there's just better stuff to use. Trial of Ascension, he's not bad. I mean, you could put him on Despair too, even, but you really don't. You don't even need to. There's better stuff to use for Trial of Ascension though. But I've used him before in my, because I don't have a lot of other stuff on the account that I have. Right, so he's my damage dealer. He's my damage dealer. And then Arena. He's great for arena defense. He's amazing for arena defense. Guild Wars, he's amazing for Guild Wars. This is where he shines. Arena and Guild Wars. Cause he's a damage dealing monster. He buffs his own speed, and he also heals. So I think that's really where he shines, is Arena and Guild Wars. He shines the most in PvP. And then we have Live Arena. I think he's good in Live Arena. I think he's a little bit like, you see some of these other players, they're like, oh yeah, since HP goes down, eventually HP monsters are crap. But you also see, but I've been paying attention to like the C3, G1, G2, G3 gameplay. You don't really see a lot of him in G3, honestly. You don't see a lot of him in G3. The top 100 players, but you see some ridiculous nonsense in the top 100. But like they all have light dark nat, like more than a few light dark nat 5s anyway. So they have their pick of the litter. So he does fall off a little bit after a while, but still, if you see like C3 and G1 and sometimes even G2, you'll still see Beast Monks there. Because they have, one of the reasons is they have the better runes already for PvP, for like arena defense and Guild War defense, so they're like, you know what, I'm going to take this monster that has some of my best runes on him into Live Arena, and they're going to do very well. But I think he's, like Kumar, he shines most in PvP. he shines most in PvP. And I know he's element disadvantaged for Giants, but I still think he's good. I still use him in Giants on my alt. Oh my goodness. Dickatry. Dickatry. Let's see the runes. Okay, so for runes, what do we want to do? Fatal, no. Swift, early game Swift. Despair, he does have an AoE, you could do Despair. Violent is the number 1. You could do Rage, you don't need to do Vampire, he's already got a heal. You don't need to... If the monster has a skill that heals, you don't need Vampire on him. So, Violent is the number 1. Happy Face. Big Wiener. That's not really a big wiener. That's not really a big wiener. That's what she said. But Violent is what you want to do. Eventually, Violent Will is the number 1. Energy, early game. Blade. Yeah, you can do Blade. If you go HP, crit damage HP, you can go Blade. Focus, he's got his first and third skill. If you have really, really solid focus runes, you could do that. Like, early game, I guess. Guard is not bad. Endure is not bad. Like, these 3 are not bad on him. Shield could be good on him. Shield could be good for, like, arena defense could be good. Revenge. Now, the other ones are a little bit, gain a little bit more value. He's not bad for Revenge, with Revenge runes, but in my opinion, Retesh gets more value out of the Revenge because he's got to provoke. This guy's just going to do a dot with the Revenge. It's not that big of a deal. Nemesis, not really. He's not really a he's not an AoE healer or anything like that. Destroy would be actually pretty good on him too. So I think Energy or Blade early game would be ultimate. Like, if you have some of these good, then just do whatever's got like a lot of speed and HP stats. That's the main things you want to go for, is speed and HP. As much HP as possible, and try to get to like between 150 to 200 speed. Again, ultimately, end game, super end game, you want 45 to 50,000 HP on him and 200 speed. Violent Will, right? Violent Will. But Revenge is not bad. Destroy's not bad. Shield's not bad. Those are the second to Will. If you don't have good Will runes, like you can go Shield or Destroy or Revenge. Not bad. Or any of these. It's pretty flexible. Pretty flexible. For those. I said it was gonna be fast, but fast.
Why do I gotta say it like that? Fast.
But you know me. Alright. 12 minutes. It's even longer than before. Alright, let's go to Retesh next. Retesh has a dungeon accuracy leader skill. I don't know that I love his leader skill, honestly. We've got the crushing blow, provoke. Amazing. This is why Revenge is rated very highly on him. I think he's got the highest base HP too, and then he's got this defense break, which means if he procs, you guys, I mean, I'm sure most of you know, and Retesh always procs. He'll do the defense break, do a bunch of damage. He'll get 2 more turns after that. First skill, and you're dead. So we basically covered him. The provoke I think is great with a Revenge. So let's see where we can use him. It's gonna be super fast. Oh, farty pants. Let's put that here. Yes. Now it's lopsided. Why are you, dickhead? Okay. Anyway, farming. Yes, he's a great farmer. Giants, he's great for giants. Dragons, I mean, he's got a heal. He's got a defense break at least. Necropolis, no. No multi-hit skills. Elemental, unless you count the 15 built-in violent procs. Elemental dungeons, he's good for elemental dungeons. Secret dungeons. Just because he does damage, he does defense break, he does a heal. Secret dungeons, yes, he's got an AoE, which also defense breaks. 3-team raids, he's got... So he's somewhere between here, because he's got at least a defense break, and he's got a heal on him, but really it's not optimal. Like, he's not... Oh my god, endgame, that's really not what you want to do with him. This is the... Computer's just gonna shut off, I know. Oh my god. Alright. Elemental Rift. Gotta love living in Florida. Oh my god, should have stayed in Vegas. TOA. He can be okay in TOA. Elemental Rift Beasts. He at least has a defense break. It makes him a little better, but I mean, not my optimal choice. The provoke for Trial of Ascension is kind of nice. AoE defense break and provoke is a little bit better than Kumar. Arena, great for Arena. Arena defense is amazing. Guild Wars, he's amazing for Guild Wars. He's really good for Live Arena. You see him even a little bit more than Kumar though in Live Arena. And I already mentioned everything. All right. He's basically very similar to Retesh in how you use him. Fatal, we said no. Oh. There we go. Fatal, we said no. Swift early game. Despair, you could do Despair. Violent Revenge is the #1. Smiley face. Big. This is gonna be a big wiener. Alright. Big. You know, if I didn't spend so much time drawing wieners, I'd probably get these done faster. Rage, you could do Rage. You don't need to do Vampire. Energy, Blade, Focus, Guard, Endure. I mean, like, early game, those would be good for early game. Shield is good. Will is good, but Revenge is a little bit... I see them more often on Revenge than the other one. But Violent Revenge is the #1 choice. Speed HP HP or HP 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 with speed subs. Try to get him 45 to 50,000 HP. I know you're like, Jubega, I can't get him anywhere near that. Just try to get the best overall value of speed and HP, mix of speed and HP, to get as high to get as much HP as you can, while also getting as much speed as you can. Don't sacrifice speed. Don't put like 9 speed on him, because that's not going to be good. I know one of you watching is like, oh shit, Jubego knew mine was 9 speed, plus 9 speed. No, you need good speed on him. Speed, HP, HP. But if you have good speed subs, you can go HP, 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 and just get that pure tankiness out of him. But if you don't have HP, if you don't have enough speed to do that, then go speed onslaught too. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thunderstorms. Alright, who's next? Alright, next we have Chandra. Chandra, tell me what you do. So Chandra is ruined a little bit differently sometimes, because we have this stun there, and we have defend here, and we have the trick of water. Now, sometimes I see Chandra ruined, well, I used to see Chandra ruined Despair Revenge, actually, but I see her ruined more like the other ones nowadays. This trick of water attacks all enemies with a spell. It summons power of water. It's pretty nice. Decrease target's attack speed. AoE attack speed break, which is really cool. So let's see where we can use her. But I mean, very similar to the other ones. Very similar to the other ones. Farming. You know, she doesn't have a heal though, but still AoE monster, tanky, does damage based on her max HP. Giants, great for giants as well. Dragons, she's actually great for dragons. The reason she's great for dragons is that AoE speed break. She's actually really good for dragons. She also has that leader skill, increases defense. Let's see. Increases defense of ally monsters in dungeons by 44. But that is an awesome leader skill. That is an awesome. I would rather have that than the accuracy leader skill for dungeons. That is an awesome leader skill. So, yeah, farming. I mean, that leader skill is better. It's better than than Retesh's leader skill. That's for sure. Necropolis, no, bad for Necropolis. Elemental dungeons, good for elemental dungeons as well. I mean, good. You say great. Doesn't have a heal though. Doesn't have a heal. Secret dungeons, we'll just say good for those 3-team raids. Again, that first skill doesn't really apply in raids, so you just have this the speed break from the 3rd skill. Really not what I want to bring into raids. Elemental Rift Beasts. Let's see. Elemental Rift Beasts. Still not really what I want. Trial of Ascension, yeah, stun on the first skill, nice. And then the AoE slow is really good for Trial of Ascension. I think if I had to pick, I would rather have Retesh or Shandra in TOA than Kumar. That slow is underrated. The slow is really good. Defense break is good too, but the slow is pretty nice. Alright, then we have Arena. She loses a little bit of value considering, I mean, I've seen her used well. I've seen her used, she used to be used, and I see her not as much now, but she used to be in, back when it was like the Ariel, Chandra, Rina, Camila era of like, oh my god, as Arena defense, and people were getting G3 with that Arena defense. So, then Guild Wars. Yeah, she's good in Guild Wars. I think she could be good in Guild Wars offense. I like that hug. The hug is really nice with squishy monsters, squishy like high elementals, or other squishy nukers. Live Arena. I think Live Arena she loses value because no heal. But she does have the stun on the first skill, which is really nice. I really like that stun. It's better than, for PvP, it's better than a dot. But and then Guild Wars, I think good. She's not as good as her sisters. Her sisters. But that slow is really nice though. The slow is really nice for PvP. For like boss levels and things like that. So I'd rather bring, I would rather bring Chandra into a Dragon's B10 run than Kumar. But I would rather have Kumar in my Arena defense. Oh my god, Jesus is mad. He's making it rain. Alright, let's go take a look at runes. Fatal No, Swift, early game, Despair. Actually, Violent, I still see more Violent. But I see some Despair on there too. Rage, you can go Rage on the, you can go Rage. Let's talk about where you would go Rage on some of these Beast Monks. Now I've seen back when the Beast Monks first came out, there was a player called Cold Steel. I don't know if you guys know Cold Steel. Maybe some of you do, maybe some of you don't. If you know who Cold Steel is, you've been playing this game long enough, you probably don't need to watch one of these videos about how to rune these monsters. But he had, I believe one of his Guild War defenses was Oracle Double Beast Monk. I think it was Praha, Retesh, Kumar. Or it was Praha, Retesh, Shandra. Basically what happened is Praha's got the leader skill Resistance, so they're going to resist the defense breaks and things like that. I think they were on Will too. I think the Beast Monks were on Will, or maybe they were all on Will. But this is a long time ago. And now you still see it used. You usually see Praha or Juno. Oh my god. You usually see Praha or Juno, and then Retesh, and then either Kumar or Chandra. But you see Retesh because Retesh has the defense break first. But you see Praha or Juno is going to strip. There's going to be like the speed, the turn order. She's going to go first. She's going to strip everyone. Then sometimes I think people might be able to use it with other strippers too, like maybe a Chibu. But basically strip, AoE defense break with Retesh, and then do damage, and then perhaps even proc and get more turns and start hitting people again. Do damage, and then attack on top of that with another AoE on top of the AoE defense break with Kumar, and just do a ton more damage. But you also got to, because it's not the first turn, they're not getting the first turn, they're getting the second turn, but they're hoping to resist whatever bombs or what defense breaks that are done to them on the first turn. How are we on time? Not much faster. So anyway, Swift, and you could do Despair, you could do Swift early game, you could do, but that's when I would say like Rage for that second one. Like if she's going after, if either Chandra or Kumar is going after the Retesh, then the Rage might not be a bad choice to go for on that. If you have a team like that, right? I'm just giving you an example of where Rage Blade would work. But remember, you do need to. The attack speed will increase if it lands a critical hit. So that's why I'm saying, even if you're not going crit damage on slot 4, Blade is still nice because of that. You want to make sure it crits. So energy is still good early game. Focus, guard, and door, they're not bad. If you're using her Dragon D10, you want to make sure she's got enough accuracy. Let's see. Shield, again, it's the same basic concept. If you're going Despair, go Despair Revenge or Violent Will. You know what I'm saying. But those are the best. Those are the Violent Will, Violent Revenge are probably what I would try to go for. Destroy is also nice on her. So those are rune builds that I would do for Chandra. I think she gets... I feel like she gets more hate than is needed. Like, yeah, she doesn't have a heal, but I mean, really, she still does... She does a speed break, and she still does damage based on her max HP. And she doesn't have horrible max HP. You look at it, it's very comparable to the other ones. It's just she doesn't have a heal. That's the reason people people don't like her as much. I think if they put like a regen or something on that, like someone regens or something, then I think people would finally be happy. Alright, we talked about Retesh. Actually, you know what we should have talked about? Well, whatever, we'll talk about him now. Shazam, leader skill, accuracy, same as Retesh. I'm not crazy about it. We have decreased defense right there. Recovers 40%. The base HP though, man, that's a bummer that it's not higher though. And meditation, and then we have the trick of light, glancing hit. I think I really like the other ones more for the glancing, because I mean she's got the glancing hit. Her first skill is good. The defense break is fine. Defense break and speed buff is great, but the glancing hit. Like, I don't know, I would rather have a Retesh with the defense break and the better base HP. Retesh is better than Shazam. Like, is that really fair? That's better? That he's better than Shazam? I mean, you could argue either way, but really, provoke, AoE defense break, and leader skill of, well, not the leader skill, but base HP being higher too. I mean, it just... Really, in my opinion, Retesh is better than Shazam. I'm not saying any of these monsters are bad. I'm just saying Retesh is amazing. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, guys. But I don't understand why her base HP isn't higher. That's the thing. All right, so you guys basically get the idea of where to use these, right? I mean, farming is good. Giants is good, dragons not really, necropolis no, elemental dungeons, I mean it's okay, secret dungeons, AoE at least, and a heal. Shazam's got a heal too. 3-team raids, glancing hit, I mean not really. Elemental rift beasts, not really what I want there either. Trial of Ascension, I would rather have the other. I would rather have a Chandra in Trial of Ascension. At least you got that slow on. I would rather have a Retesh with the provoke. I would actually Chandra. I think is the best of these ones for Trial of Ascension. Or in certain circumstances, Rahul is good for Trial of Ascension. In certain levels, he's actually pretty cool. Arena, Shazam. At least it's a light monster. At least it's a light monster. And you know what? Actually, let's. She's still good at Arena. I don't know why I was thinking she wasn't. Arena Guild Wars, and then Live Arena is good. I mean, she's very similar to... The only thing is she's got less base HP, but that doesn't make her horrible. I still would prefer Retesh though, honestly. And I would prefer it also. Stop doing this nonsense with the reins. You know I'm gonna be like right ready to be done with the video, and then it's gonna be like, oh, it's not raining anymore. Okay, so not fatal, swift early game, despair you could do despair, violent. I mean, you see the whole thing. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. I'm going to tell you the same thing. Shield is not as good because of the base HP again, but shield is still not bad. I think I would go for will. Also, revenge is really nice because defense break. Revenge is better on Shazam than it is on Kumar. Nemesis doesn't really need that, and Destroy is good for Destroy as well. But early game Energy and Blade and Swift, those are good. But ultimately, Violent Will, Violent Revenge. Or Destroy. All these are good on Destroy because they can last a long time, and then they can also wear the opponent down at the same time. So I think Destroy is actually... this would be really high if you have good Destroy runes and you're like, who do I do on these Destroy runes? tanky bruisers, I would put these beast monks high on the destroy rune list of who's good with destroy runes. Alright. This Jingle Bells guy, oh my god. Jingle bells, jingle bells. It's obviously not Christmas if it's raining in the middle of summer. God damn it. Well, it's my... I'm the one that put it on. Clearly, I'm the dumb one. Okay. Rahul. So people are calling for Rahul to get a buff. Mostly because of defend, I think. This dungeon leader skill is pretty nice, though. 44% attack power dungeon leader skill is not bad. Blocks beneficial effects. So this is very interesting. There's not a lot of monsters that do both brand and block beneficial effects, and we have defend as well. Alright. But this leader skill, that could be... You could run, I think, Rahul in a team like a nuke Dragons B10 team without Vertiheal. I think you could do it. I feel like you could do it. I feel like you could do it. Because you got that brand in there, too. Like Galleon, Rahul, Tark, and... Because, I mean, with both of that, got a lot of chances to defense break with Galleon and Rahul. And the leader skill, I mean, do so much damage. So much damage. And then who else would I do? I don't know, it doesn't matter. Well, it kind of does matter, but even though he's an HP-based monster. But if I was going to do that, then I would go, like, HP core damage HP for Rahul. My god. My goodness. If I was gonna go try to use him in a nuke Dragon B10 team. But I think that could be a fun thing for you Rahul owners. But I like that. I like that leader skill. The only one that has that same leader skill, I believe, is Perna. Might be the only other one that has that leader skill. Could be wrong, but that I can think of right now. Okay. So let's see where to use Rahul. Great for farming giants. Actually, yeah, so the giant doesn't get that. His third skill will block beneficial effects, so the giant won't get that, that whatchamacallit, that attack buff, defense buff, etc., etc. So actually that is pretty good. Dragons, now it won't work on the dragon, because the right tower is going to cleanse the debuffs off the dragon and then put that invincibility on. If it didn't cleanse it, then it would have worked, but it cleanses it. So aside from that, his leader skill though, could make for some good speed runs. So I'm interested in seeing if he could work with that. No for Necropolis, Elemental Dungeons. He could be actually good for Elemental Dungeons, maybe even great for Elemental Dungeons. I think maybe closer to great. Secret Dungeons, because he's got the AoE. 3-team raids. Now he does have, actually, he's got a little bit more going on. No, he doesn't. I was gonna say he does, because he's got the first skill and the third skill. You don't have, his third skill doesn't do anything for raids, but the first skill is at least a brand. But I mean, you have better. He doesn't even have a heal either, so he's not that great. At least he's got a brand though. That could help, but that's about it. There's other monsters that are better for raids that have brands. Elemental Rift Beasts. Again, he's got a brand so that it could help. We're gonna say meh, but the brand is nice because there's not a lot of monsters that have brand, and the brand will do in groggy state. It'll help your team do more damage overall. Then we have Trial of Ascension. So there are some levels where, like the 3 Chloe, 2 Katarina level, where Katarina gets all the buffs. There's also a level where with Acasis, however you want to say it, and Megan and Chiwu, and they will give themselves all these buffs too. You can use Rahul's third skill. It's actually kind of nice to use to make sure that they don't get all those crazy buffs. So that could be, those are kind of nice for some of those levels. So that's actually not bad. He's got the AoE there, but he still wouldn't be my. He's better for some levels, but not always. It's somewhere around this gray area of depends on the level. And you can put despair on him as well, and he's got an AoE at least, but not my. I mean, there's still better stuff, but could help you in a couple levels. Then what do we have? Arena. He's got the hug. He doesn't have any. Probably somewhere around here, because it really depends on the team. It really depends on the team that you go into. With Rahul, Guild Wars, Live Arena. I think in Live Arena there are some instances where Rahul could be pretty fun, especially if you're going into a team with like Wusa. Like, no, you can't put all those beneficial effects on. Screw you. Wusa, or also the defense buffs. People like to do a lot of buffs in Live Arena. So if you prevent them, I mean, Veligil will stop that, but he'll just cleanse everything and then he'll immunity. But if there's like Wusa, like Chloe, if you can get this on beforehand, then kudos to you. But of course they're on Swift, so it's kind of tricky to get it on. But that's actually depends on the team. It's very situational. It's like if you're going up against a team that's very buff dependent, then great. But if not, then GG. He's still not bad, right? Even if nothing else, he still does that. He's a tanky monster that does damage based on his max HP, so he still could be. He can take some hits and then he can dish out some damage as well. So yeah, we'll go with good in all of these, just because he's a dark monster. He's a dark monster that's HP based. He's just Ritesh is a little bit better in most circumstances. If nothing else, even if you're not going up against a team with a lot of buffs, that you're gonna block those buffs, at least he's doing damage based on his max HP. So, if you have like Veramos, Bella, and a Violent Rahul, then you could actually, for your arena defense, you could actually do pretty good. Depending on like, you're not gonna get G3 with that maybe, but you could still do, for decent levels, you still might pull out some wins there. Alright, so I think we are, I mean, they're very, very similar. They all do damage based on their max HP. So, let's check out the runes. Yo. You guys are already gonna know. Nope. Unfortunately, he doesn't have very high base speed, otherwise I would say you could hug monsters that are gonna get hit a lot. Before anyone even moves, but Despair, he at least has an AoE, right? He's got an AoE. Plus, you know, generally they're not gonna have a high chance of having buffs on them, like immunity, if you have the beneficial effect of blocking. So like you could do it. Violent is he's preferred. You could do Rage. You don't need to go Vampire. You guys get the idea. Focus a little bit more on this guy for what you want to use him for. And then either Will or Revenge. He's got the brand on his first skill too. And then Destroy is nice. It's the same stuff as before. You like Violent Will, Violent Revenge, Violent Destroy, all good for these guys. Alright, so too long didn't watch. I know you already watched the whole thing. Let's go back into it. Let's recap, guys. Make the video longer than it needs to be. Okay. Too long didn't watch. Recap. I know someone's gonna timestamp it anyway, which is great. You want to get ultimately Violent and Will or Revenge on these guys, or Destroy are the best rune sets for them. A lot of them shine in PvP, especially. Do damage based on max HP. You want to go HP, or speed HP on Violent Will, Violent Revenge, Violent Destroy, and try to get 200 speed. And the dream is 200 speed and 45,000 to 50,000 HP before the towers and the leader skills. All right, guys. So that's it for we did do like 20 minutes faster than the other ones. That's an accomplishment for Jubago. 20 minutes faster. Beautiful. Yes. Winning at life. Next one is going to be just 15 minutes. 15-minute how to ruin video. Yeah, right. One can only hope. All right, guys. That's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you as always in the next video. And we didn't get electrocuted!